And now, in studio, bringing his Midwest values from the Show Me State to the land of San Diego. He's a triple threat, licensed as an attorney, mortgage broker, and a top producing realtor who's crushing the competition. Here to deliver you what's happening in the trenches of the market. Your host, Michael Gaddis.
Welcome back to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I am your host, Michael Gaddis of FrontierLoanGroup.com. That's FrontierLoanGroup.com. And we were discussing in the first segment a little bit about reverse mortgages. And we're going to continue that topic a little bit. We're going to talk about why you should basically refinance or look into refinancing your reverse mortgage. And a lot of people don't know that you can do that. And it's funny because, you know, if I talk to a senior and they say, yeah, I have a reverse mortgage, I'm like, oh, we should run your numbers, see if you can refinance. Oh, I don't need to do that. No, you do need to do that because you're going to be leaving money on the table if you don't. I mean, of all the things in this world, there is very few things that are 100% you must do. And one of them is, if you have a reverse mortgage, you must look into seeing if you can refinance it, because even if you don't want to pull money out, just establishing the line of credit. First of all, refinancing your reverse mortgage is extremely cheap, if not almost free. Like most of my clients, I pay for all their closing costs on a refinance. So no money out of their pocket. Whatever their loan balance is exactly the same when they start. Number two, because the way the reverse mortgage works, as time goes on, you're adding money to your principal. There will come a time when you're not going to be able to do a reverse mortgage refinance. You just won't be able to do it. And so I think that you really need to sit there and say, okay, well, let me think about why I should do it. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll give you 5 reasons why you should do it. That's right. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should consider refinancing your reverse mortgage. Number 1, because your home has increased in value. Number 1. Okay? Well, especially if you got your reverse mortgage between the years of, let's say, 2010 to 2013, when the home prices were still a lot lower, because since that time the market has rebounded so much that people's equity has gone up considerably in that amount of time. I'll just give you an example. There's a lady up in Inglewood named Connie. Hi, Connie. I know you can't hear me from here, but hello. And she came to me and she didn't even know. She's like, oh, I got a reverse mortgage. I said, well, let me run your numbers. She goes, oh, you think you can get me some more money? She's 87 going on 88 years old, and she likes to travel. Connie is a traveler. If you look at her refrigerator, she's got all these little magnets of every place she's ever been in the world. And it's filled up, and there's only one spot missing. There's only one little spot missing. And so I asked her, I said, well, what's this spot for? She goes, that's for Machu Picchu. That's the last place I have to go to complete it. And I go, oh my God. She goes, yep, I'm training for it right now. I'm going to go to Machu Picchu. But you know what's funny? I looked at her refrigerator, and I even saw a magnet of Kansas City. I said, you haven't been to Kansas City. She's been everywhere, this woman. So anyway, she had a reverse mortgage, and she didn't have a line of credit. She didn't have anything. I was able to refinance her. I basically got her $6,000 cash out to pay off all of her credit card debt, and I got her a line of credit for $31,000. So now she has access. She had access to $37,000 she didn't even know existed. So we refinanced her. Now she's got plenty of money to go to Machu Picchu. She's got enough money to get into rehab because one of her knees has an arthritic condition, so she's doing some work on her knee to get ready for Machu Picchu. So that's just one of those things where like for her, it's just like hitting the lottery. And the reason is because they're building that new football stadium up in Inglewood, and the values up there have really gone up considerably since they put she lives right near where they're doing that. You go over there, you can see the bulldozers over there putting a new stadium up there. I know a lot of San Diego fans don't really want to hear that, but that's what they're doing up there. So she's got that going on. So that's the number 1 reason. Your home has increased in value. Number 2, your age has increased. Well, obviously since Connie got her reverse mortgage, she's older now. And every age in a reverse mortgage has an age factor next to it. So starting at 62 years old, your age factor is 52.4%. At age 90, your age factor is 75%. So it's a sliding scale. As you get older, you can access and borrow more money depending on your age. So someone like Connie, who is going on 88 years old, she's up there in the ratio. So in the big jumps between the ages occur up in your 80s. So she got her reverse mortgage, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Now she's 4 or 5 years older, and her home has increased in value. So that's the number 2 reason. Your age has increased. Number 3 reason is your reverse mortgage originated before August 4th, 2014. That's August 4th, 2014. Why is that important? Because on that date, the FHA increased the age factors I just told you about. Prior to August 4th, 2014, the age factors were much lower. After August 4th, they increased them. So like Connie, not only did her home go up, not only did her age increase, but her age factor also increased because she got it before August 4th, 2014. So that is right there. Those are 3 strong reasons to get them. And number 4, you might be able to increase your reverse mortgage benefits with little or no closing costs, which I told you about. Most of the time, I can knock them out completely. You never even have to pay a closing cost. But I'll tell you something. It's a really important thing that you do, because if you don't use it, if you don't go and get refinance your reverse mortgage and establish, even if you don't want the money, even if you say, Michael, I don't care about the money, I don't want to use any more of my principal, I don't want to do it. At least establish the line of credit and put it there and don't touch it. Just let it grow, because you never know. 5 years from now, you might need money, and you won't have access to it because you'll be beyond the point of refinancing at that point. So if I were you, I would definitely consider refinancing. And then the number 5 reason is if your spouse is not a borrower on your current reverse mortgage and you want to put the spouse on there. So those are the top 5 reasons why. Your home has increased in value, your age has increased, the reverse mortgage originated before August 4th, and you might be able to increase your reverse mortgage benefits with little or no costs, and your spouse is not a borrower on your current reverse mortgage. Those are the top 5 reasons why you should consider a reverse mortgage. But I'm going to be honest with you. I talk to probably, maybe 20 people a week considering doing a reverse mortgage refinance. And out of those, the numbers, it's very hard to make the numbers work. So maybe only 2 to 3 people might be able to qualify out of 20. So it's a very low percentage because of the way the numbers pan out. But for those that can, for those that are able to do it, it's literally like Connie said, it's like winning the lottery. And Connie is a very happy woman right now, because she has access to money that she didn't even know exist. And that's why when I meet seniors, it amazes me, because I'll ask them, I'll say, oh, you have a reverse mortgage. You want to see if it can work? Oh, no, I'm good. No, you're not. Why wouldn't you do it? I said, you give me 5 reasons. In fact, give me 1 reason why you don't want to do it. Just give me 1 reason why you don't think it would be in your best interest. Because if you're already committed to the reverse mortgage, it's definitely worth it. So, it's one of those things where if you know somebody who has a reverse mortgage, especially if they originated the reverse mortgage between 2010 and 2013 and that time frame, those are the people who have the strongest possibility. And the best ones are the ones who got the fixed rate reverse mortgages, because the fixed rate reverse mortgages have some limitations in them that basically leave money on the table that you don't have access to. So people who have fixed rate reverse mortgages that originated between 2010 and 2013 or so, those are the people who really need to be checking out to see if they can do a refinance of their reverse mortgage. And to be honest with you, it's one of those things where I look at them, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do it? It takes me literally, I'd say, maybe a minute and a half to tell you. I just read through your numbers, ask you a few questions, I look through and I tell you if it'll work or not. Unfortunately, a lot of people want them, and not as many people can qualify for them because they've deferred too much money over time. But for those like Connie out there, if you're listening, you better call me, because then you too can go to Machu Picchu. You too can go down there to South America and complete your magnet collection on your refrigerator. Because I know Connie's not the only one out there with a magnet collection out there. I know somebody else is out there wanting to do it. Maybe you collect snow globes, not magnets. Whatever it is, I know there's one missing. There's got to be at least 1 or 2 missing that you want to go to. So, as Connie, I mentioned Connie a lot because she is literally one of my favorite clients I've ever had. Her view on life is just incredible. I mean, she's 88 years old. She doesn't have any really relatives. She has one relative that lives in, I think, Tennessee or Kentucky. That's all she has. But her view on life is really special, and she is one of my heroes because, I mean, if I get to be anywhere near that age and I'm still in that kind of quality of health with that sound of mind and with that kind of outlook on life, I mean, she's constant. She's the most active age. She's more active than people I know that are in their 40s. I mean, she's literally like in clubs. She goes to the senior centers. She goes to the church clubs. She takes drives down sometimes to the casino that they got there. She goes everywhere. She's involved with her own little community center that she's got there. She is so involved in so many things. She just living life as much as she possibly can. And it's funny because sometimes, you know, people say age is just a number, right? And I used to think it was just a cliche, but it's true. Age is a number. I meet people who are sometimes, you know, who basically, you know, they're older and they look 20, 30 years younger and act 20, 30 years younger. And sometimes I meet people that are like 62 that act like they're like 85, 90. You would if I introduced them to you, you would honestly believe these people were like in their late 80s and they're only like in their low 60s. So it is just a number in how you take care of yourself. And you know, it's one of those things. I met another guy in Palm Springs recently. He's an actor, and his name's Fred Williamson. And I tell you something about Fred. Fred literally looks 30 years younger than his age. I think he's going to be 78. He's going on 79. That guy, I swear to you, he looks 30 years in person. He looks 30 years younger. He was in the movie From Dusk Till Dawn. I don't know if you saw that movie, Quentin Tarantino's movie about vampires, but he was in that movie. And I just remember him because he was in that fight scene, and it was just kind of crazy. But, I mean, that guy, I swear to you, that guy looks so good for his age. I happened to bump into him up in Palm Springs, and I just couldn't believe it. Well, anyway, after the break, we'll come back. We'll talk more about real estate and finance and whatever else I can think of in the next 5 minutes before the break ends. You're listening to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170, The Answer.